Alright, so we got a new MCU film that's also a part of the Ant-Man franchise. I went ahead and reviewed it. Today, I am going to rank all 3 Ant-Man movies from the worst to the best. Before I do that, please make sure to go down below and subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and tell me down below what is your ranking of the Ant-Man movies. It's a very controversial list. I'm pretty sure I know what will be your number 1 though, because I'm not really hearing anything great about the other 2. I'm pretty sure I know what will be your number 1, but I want to know, are you unique? Do you have the same list as me? Just tell me down below that, and also stay tuned. Go subscribe to my second channel. Tomorrow, I'm going to drop everything I watched in February and my February haul. That's what I have planned for tomorrow. Then, I also am going to go see Creed 3 tonight. So in a couple of days, that is when I will post my Creed 3 videos and my Rocky ranking. And on my second channel, I also do plan on doing the ranking the Rocky villains. That'll be something really fun. But that is a video for another day. Today we are ranking the Ant-Man movies. With that said, third place, the newest one, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. And I so desperately wanted to put this at either first place or second place would even be fine, but having it here, this movie just severely disappointed me. Now, just throwing it out there, I will have to rewatch it. I do plan on rewatching it the moment it goes on Disney+, but this movie just really showed me that I am suffering through MCU fatigue, because I sat back, and as we go on, there's one stretch of 30 minutes where I had a lot of fun with the movie, and that's when Ant-Man goes on that heist and it becomes an Ant-Man movie. The rest of it, I just sit back and I'm like, this is just like any other MCU movie. What really stole the cakes for me is I sat back in my theater chair, and during the final battle I was like, okay, we all know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a big CGI war. Ant-Man's gonna win, and that just made me severely lost interest. I don't care to every time I sit down and watch an MCU movie to watch the same thing over and over again. That one makes the first 2 Ant-Man unique. So the end battle is them on a toy train, throwing toy trains at each other. That is so unique. The second movie, there's a car chase. That's all fun. This movie, Ant-Man grows big, kicks buildings, beats up Kang. That's what this movie is. That's what every MCU movie is. And I'm not gonna lie to you when I say I'm freaking sick and tired of it. I got bored watching this movie. And on top of that, there's a couple other problems here too, like that really severely injured me on this movie. First off, Kang is supposed to be this big baddie that's going to go get the Avengers. How? How is he gonna be this big baddie that's supposed to go against Avengers? If 2 ants could knock him down, ruin all of his equipment, I get it, they're intelligent ants, but they're 2 ants. And then Wasp could shoot some stingers at him, and he'd fall back and die. I left this movie like, what are they doing here? Kang is supposed to be the big bad of this, and he's just not. And what they did with MODOK, in MODOK, I didn't necessarily hate him, but at the end of the movie, Cassie's just like, don't be a dick, and he's like, I can do that, and turns around and kills Kang, like, almost kills Kang. Like, the writing is terrible. It's like they sat down and they didn't care about this movie, and I cannot tell you how much that disappointed me. I am such a fan of the Ant-Man franchise, and to have them crank out another MCU movie to where they just need content, it just feels like they didn't even try with this movie. Not only is it our introduction to Kang, but it's our introduction into this new saga of the multiverse and the quantum realm and who Kang is. And they do him so dirty, and they do Ant-Man so dirty. Like I said, there was a half hour there where I did have fun. I did enjoy watching this movie. But overall, I sat back and I was like, oh boy. Oh boy. What a movie. Severely disappointed. Second place, I'm going with Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's down. Just so you know, number 2 and 1, much better than Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Quantumania, I would go negative score. These 2 movies, I would go positive. I enjoy these movies. This one overall is probably the MCU's most forgettable movie because of what it is and what it came after. It came after Infinity War, to where you sit back and you're like, we got Ant-Man movie. How's it gonna come in? And it's just another one of these fun movies. And I'm not complaining. I enjoy these fun movies, just like I said with Quantumania. It's not another one of those movies. But every time I watch it, I just seem to sit back and like, that was a bit underwhelming. I don't really have any real issues with the movie. I enjoy the movie for what it is. It's a small-scale, enjoyable Ant-Man movie. I don't really have any big positives, minus the fact that it's not as great as the first Ant-Man. It's a sequel. It goes bigger. It goes better. It wasn't really better because it tries to introduce Sonny Gray, it introduces the Swan villain, it introduces Yellowjacket, it introduces so many things, and it's fun. It's a fun movie. I laughed, I enjoyed myself. It's a fun MacGuffin movie where they're trying to find a lab, and it's enjoyable. Like I said, every time I sit down and watch this movie, I get up and I can't help but feel a bit disappointed at this movie, at what it could have been, but it's definitely an overhated MCU movie. I enjoy this one. I don't really have that many thoughts on the movie as a whole, specifically because of how just enjoyable and flatlined it is. It doesn't have any ups, it doesn't have any downs. It's an enjoyable, you sit down, you have fun watching the movie. That's what this one was. I enjoy this movie. It's overhated, that's for sure. It is just forgettable. But easily coming in first place is Ant-Man, the most unique, hands down MCU movie ever made. This movie is extremely unique. Not only is it about Ant-Man trying to commit a heist, but it also has a scene where Ant-Man fights the Falcon, which is just so fun. This movie has balls. I cannot believe how deep it went. This movie, from the top to the bottom, is perfect movie. Not only is the plot, Ant-Man has to rob something from a bad guy who has it and is about to sell it to Hydra, interconnecting this movie with the rest of the world. Then it has a fight, like I said, where he's fighting Falcon. It interconnects itself in all these different places, and it feels like Ant-Man is just a small-scale hero, and it's fun. It's easily rewatchable. It's funny. It's adorable. It's very, very good. The final fight scene is very, very good. I just love sitting down and watching this movie. Every time I do, I notice details about this universe that really work, about this movie that really work with the rest of them. I think Ant-Man is possibly one of my favorite MCU movies, and beginning of probably could have been the best MCU trilogy, because this movie is fun. It's funny, like I said. The cast here is stacked. The action is phenomenal. It's just all around a great movie. I give it an A in my short review I did. I think I would lower that, and I think I would heighten that and go to an A+, because I watch this movie every year, twice a year actually. It's definitely the most fun MCU movie, the most fun you'll ever have watching an MCU movie. And seeing what the franchise has becoming another one of just a bland MCU movie, severely disappoints me. So the Ant-Man is definitely the best. But yes, like I said, stay tuned. In a couple of days, I will have my Creed 3 review. Then I will have my Rocky ranking. I'm so hyped to see Creed 3. It's coming off of, spoiler alert, I watched all the Rocky movies. I actually took a break. I slashed it in half because Rocky 4, you'll find out in my review, but it kind of got me bored of the franchise. But then when the Creed 3 trailer dropped, I binged it all, and I gotta say, this movie's coming off the best sequel in the franchise. Creed 2 is, I think, the best sequel in the entire Rocky franchise. And so, sitting back, I'm so hyped for Creed 3 and what Michael B. Jordan can do to this movie. And then I got my Rocky ranking. Also, go subscribe to my second channel. Like I said, I'm doing my February movies on there, and I'm also doing the haul on there. And then I also plan on doing a football season review. I plan on doing this for a couple weeks now. Never got around to doing it, but I'm about to get around to doing it. And also, I'm starting to post shorts. Go check them out. On my second channel, I talked a little bit about where I thought Derek Carr's signing and how not good it was. But also, yeah, so I got all these videos coming up. Please make sure to subscribe. Join the Nerd Army. Peace out.